Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're actually not going to be talking about Quicksilver, but we are going to be talking about infamous Iron Man. And the first point I need to address that I feel like a lot of people are interested in is the large PI, and it is actually quite difficult to tell exactly how he is going to scale in prestige, but it does look like he is going to be extremely high up there, because against mutant characters we can see that he has 23,390 with class advantage virtually against all of them. And then if we take a look at Quicksilver's PI against Science Champions, we can see we have 22,940, we have, well, where we have 23,290. So it does look like infamous Iron Man's PI could be even higher than Quicksilver's, meaning it could potentially surpass spot number 2. However, there are also some bits which, are a bit more unclear, like here without class advantage we have 2880, and then we have infamous Iron Man without class advantage with 2490. So obviously these changes do depend on what kind of synergies you are using, or whether the mastery setups are the same, stuff like that. But at the very least, it does look like infamous Iron Man will have very high PI and prestige, which is definitely something a lot of people are already kind of curious and discussing. Now, I am quite confident he's going to be in top 5. Exactly where? I don't know. But with all that in mind, we need to start taking a look at his actual abilities. So he seemingly does have some sort of special armor icon as well there. I do not know if it is going to count as like an active or passive. It is quite hard to tell. It does kind of look like passive, but there's going to be some sort of armor effect. Also, throughout this entire video, we didn't see infamous Iron Man crit once, so it does seem like he's going to be one of those new trendy tech champions that do not crit at all. Like we have Silver Centurion, Guillotine 2099, Guardian, so it does look like he's not going to be critting whatsoever. Also, here we can notice that he seemingly quite frequently applies cowardice, which obviously is inherently a potent thing against mutant champions, especially Kitty Pryde, against combining the fact that he doesn't crit. He should be excellent Kitty Pryde counter. And he also does have critical power burn, which is something new that we haven't seen in any other champion yet. We have critical bleed, critical poison, I believe in critical rapture now as well, Hawkeye with synergy. But critical power burn is something brand new that potentially could do quite a lot of damage. Also, he's going to have his own version of Aura of Hazarath. It's going to be called Aura of Iron. And seemingly effects, to me, looking at the gameplay footage, would be quite similar, where he was burning power from opponents with his light attacks. So it does seem that there's going to be quite a few common elements with the existing Doom, especially considering that he also has his passive stun and his heavy trick, where you can just chain your heavy in your regular combo. But this heavy isn't just a slap, it's a slap and then boots to the face. It does seem like he likes to put his repulsor boots to opponent's face. So that is obviously immediately quite useful ability there also. Additionally, you can see that just like OG Doom, he applies shock, which is what he consumes to passively stun. But we can see that he also places energy vulnerabilities on opponents by removing their prowess. So he will have an active ability to counter mutants and specifically prowess effects directly by converting them into energy vulnerability and potentially having some crazy insane damage output in longer fights because of it against any champion that generates prowess. Because if you keep stacking on energy vulnerability, it just means that every hit is going to do more and more damage. Now this entire clip was also quite revealing, because as we can see here, well, this clip might be actually out of portion, because both of the champions here have some sort of power control mechanics, so we're going to leave that out. But again, we can see that he will have access to unblockable. It is mentioned that he will be able to block unblockable special attacks as well. Whether it is specifically against mutant champions or against some other champions, we do not know yet exactly. There was another thing that I wanted to showcase with these CUD haulouts, prowess removed, sweet. That is for definitely he is also going to possess Incinerate immunity, because he was fighting against Bishop, and he was in fact immune to that. So again, at the very least, if nothing else, he's going to be immune to Incinerate. So to cap it off, he seemingly has at least 2 different forms of power control. On his light attacks and also in his special attacks, he has access to shock, passive stun, chaining heavies into combos, Incinerate immunity, some sort of armor effect, and he just looks absolutely busted. Now I am very, very, very excited for this champion to join contest. This is going to be definitely an amazing addition for tech class. Obviously, deep dive is probably going to come out on Saturday or Sunday, where we're going to see more about him and his synergies, because he does have teased synergies with different forms of Iron Man and members of Fantastic Four. So there's definitely going to be a lot to look out for as well. But ultimately, he seems like a full package tech champion. Obviously, it's super early to tell. We still need to see the exact numbers, how they translate, how easy or well it is to play him. But again, tech champion with armor off, no crits, power control, critical power burn, access to shock, Incinerate immunity, that aura that Doom had, and all the other quirks. So it looks very, very impressive. Looks very, very intriguing, and this is one of the most exciting champions, like for me, that I have had in quite a long time joining contest. It does seem that Kabam is amping up, increasing amazing and well-designed champions. Not to mention the animations are cool. Not to mention the iconic Doom slap is back. Not to mention I am a big fan of the repulsor boots to the face. Seems exciting. So let me know what you guys think, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about